Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to White Dads Can't Jump. Here we are again with the main man, Chad, and the
Yep.
college guru, Miss Elizabeth Martin. Thank you so much. Welcome back. I really appreciate you coming back for the tier list.
I'm honored to be here for a second time. This is great.
So
We're
good.
excited to have you.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is a mystery to me. Chad, what do we got cooking here tonight for this tier list?
Well, the logical thing with Elizabeth with us today would be talking about college, but we're not going to do that. We're going to talk about something else that I'm pretty sure that she is a self-proclaimed expert on, and that is 90s and 2K pop stars. Now,
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, before I pull up the tier list, there is one pop star in particular I want to bring up before we dive into this. And I want to ask both of you, have you seen Britney Spears' Instagram? Are we followers?
Yes.
Are we consumers of
Watch
Britney
it every
Spears?
day.
Watch
Because I'm a
it every
diehard
day.
Britney fan.
Oh my gosh.
Free Britney.
Free Britney. Before I
Yes.
came on here today, my wife literally said, if you say anything bad about Britney, I'm going to firebomb your comments.
That'd be great. Then we'd have some.
understand.
I know, help the algo. But
Tell
I
her
don't know.
friends to do it.
I saw the other day she was doing, what was she doing? She was showing her feet or something. She was doing something crazy. Either she's spinning or she's
Or
frolicking.
she has the knives.
The knives, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
It's sad to see where
It's very sad.
the people that we looked up to at a certain age have fallen.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, did you hear about Nick Carter?
I probably. Which part?
No.
So
Oh,
sad,
yes.
and
Yes.
you did.
I did.
You heard that he was accused for like the 5th time of
Yeah.
sexual assault.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Yeah. Not
Oh.
just
And out of the
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, out of the 5 Carter siblings, there are only 2 that are still alive, and it's Nick and his sister.
Wow. Talk about a family curse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goodness
crazy.
it's very
gracious.
sad. Very,
Yeah.
very sad.
Yeah.
Very
well,
sad.
Well, I saw on his most recent accusations, apparently he also passed on something to the girl,
Yes,
an
I saw
STD
that
of some
too.
sort. I don't know what it was, but
Okay. So I am pro Britney, love Britney, full supporter. Not a huge Instagram user. However, I was following her feed until it started saying adult content every time
Oh.
I went to go click on it, and then I
Yikes.
was like,
yeah, you don't know what she has on.
Got a little dicey there. I'm like,
Or what
are
she's
there kids
doing.
around? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's
Now,
it's where
has
she is.
rebounded since she got out? She won her freedom, and has she done better since then? Because you guys are the experts here.
I don't personally think she's done better. I think it's.
I think there's a
I think-
reason why she was in a
I think there was a
conservatorship.
reason for the conservatorship, which I hate to say that, but
Right. And they'd
Yeah.
lock down poor Wendy Williams too. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
All our heroes are falling.
All right. Well, let's pull up this list. Yeah, daytime TV won't be the same without Wendy on there. All right. So as you can see, we have 4 tiers that we're going to go through today, and there are 15 offerings. We have Diamond. So these are obviously following the record sales. Obviously, these are our opinions. This doesn't have to match the record sales.
Full record sales.
Yeah, Diamond, Platinum, Gold, and Bargain Bin. We all know what the Bargain Bin is. You walk through Walmart in the electronic section, and you have the $5 CD bin, and you're digging through, and you're trying to find that gem. That's where we're going to
Real
put that one.
throwback here is we should have done for the final category like 12 for a penny. Like
Oh, that would have been perfect. Columbia House.
Columbia House. These are the ones you could have gotten
Columbia
12 for a
House.
penny.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can save that for the generation conversation that we're trying to put
Oh, okay.
together.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh man. Because the beauty of the Columbia House, I don't think the young person nor the elder would understand what that is. I feel like you really
Yeah,
have
you
to
gotta be
fall
right in
right
that
into that
sweet
middle.
spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Speaking of which, did we talk about the fact that Publishers Clearinghouse gone?
I saw that.
You're not
What?
get- Yeah, they went bankrupt. You're not going to
Yeah.
be getting the chance to win $1 million in your mailbox anymore.
Yeah, the giant
Oh,
check.
that's so
I know.
sad.
Ever since they lost Ed, it really
Yeah.
hasn't been the same.
You can't sustain
When
without
did
that guy.
did that just happen recently? I
Yeah,
feel like I
within-
would have heard about that.
Within the last couple weeks, they went into
Ugh.
Chapter 7, I believe, bankruptcy. So
Yeah.
too bad.
Too bad. No more magazine sales. Well, when people aren't reading magazines, it's hard to sell them.
Right.
Turns out.
The sales funnel
That's
slows down.
true.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll run down through the list of what we have to work with tonight. So we have, I try to mix it up with some pop and some rock because we want to hit everybody out there and a little bit of Latin invasion. So we have Blink 182 for you alternative fans out there. 98
Okay,
degrees.
pause. Okay. My first car was a 1986 Jetta. Okay, I was I was born in 86.
Oh,
So
perfect.
this was not a new car when I got it. And I got it because I had started a lawn mowing business. And Mr. Maher said to me, Kevin, I noticed that you're walking over here every time with the lawnmower, with the whole shtick. I said, yes, Mr. Maher, very observant of you. And he said, listen, my son's car is here. Would you like to buy it? I said, yes, absolutely. He goes, $500. I go, that's great. I'll get it to you at the end of the summer. And being the sweetheart that he was, he said, you know what, Kevin? I really like you. You're going to take the car now and you're just going to mow my grass for the rest of the summer and then we'll be even. And I'm like, pshaw, amazing.
Wow. Yeah, that's perfect.
I call both of my friends and I say, you are never going to believe what happened. So I get the car. I immediately, so again, we paid $500 for the car. So I did exactly what you would expect me to do. I went out and I bought a $500 stereo for the car.
Yes.
With the speakers and everything.
With the detachable CD face.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes. No doubt. I wouldn't want anybody to see, I mean,
no, you don't want that stolen.
It was worth more than the car. I didn't want that thing to walk off.
Yeah.
So, and I had exactly 2 CDs in this car.
Okay.
The first one was Blink 182, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. And then the second one was Beach Boys. So I was pretty, it was a potpourri of great tunes.
Was it a Beach Boys greatest hits album or was it a regular album? Yeah,
by 2000, they were on their greatest hits. They weren't pumping out new tracks.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So I love that. Depending on the album we're talking about, I can do Blink 182 inside and out. So I'm pretty excited now about this list.
Well, we're doing there. It's kind of a holistic career.
Okay.
It's not
you celebrate the entire catalog.
Yeah, the catalog, right? We don't want to just put ourselves onto one album because I mean that's tough to do.
Listen, you do you. I'll rank however I want to rank them.
Yeah, I mean obviously that's what this is for. The next one we have 98 degrees.
Okay.
Then we got
Jessica
Britney.
Simpson. Yeah.
No, that's Britney.
Oh no, I was saying 98 degrees is Jessica Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Backstreet Boys on here. Then Christina Aguilera, Destiny's Child for more of the R&B crowd. We have Green Day,
the do-rag crowd.
Right. Jessica Simpson. Then the Latin Explosion. We have J-Lo, and I also put Ricky Martin on there. Mandy Moore. I thought she might be a sleeper. I don't know how that one's gonna play, but I thought she might be higher than some people might think. And then
her entire collection is an album.
NSYNC. Hey, don't sleep on Mandy Moore.
All right.
O-Town, Spice Girls, and then I put Usher in there because he was a little later to the game, but he obviously had a pretty good career and he was keeping it going through the 2Ks. Yeah. I feel like he was a good kind of natural progression from the 90s into more of the R&B pop of the early 2000s. So
absolutely. Okay, so where are we kicking this off?
I mean, we can start at Blink 182. I mean, you already got a story about them. I mean, my take on Blink 182 was they were obviously the alternative to the boy band situation of the late 90s. So they were there. Their videos would make fun of the boy bands, if you remember.
Yes.
With the water falling and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, their music were good. Was it All the Small Things was their big one?
Hold on. Yes.
And then they had another one that was pretty big, which I can't remember what it was.
The Parent Song.
But Elizabeth, what's your take on? Were you a fan of Blink back in the day?
Just because it's that era. And I saw them a lot on TRL, Total Request Live, with Carson Daly.
Shout out Carson Daly. Shout him out.
I think I would probably go platinum. Is that a little too generous? I don't know.
Not for me. It's not. I'm right there with you.
All right, let's say platinum.
We'll platinum.
Let's say platinum.
We have Kevin's.
I'm waiting to see who we're going to do diamond here.
Well, we have Kevin's faceplate CD player story for Blink 182. So you got to give that. I mean, that's going to give some bonus points there. All right. So 98 degrees. I'm going to be honest with you. I love 98 degrees because
a surprise to no one.
Right. I love Nick Lachey.
Me too.
His voice could be described as angelic by some people. I've seen them how many times? I've seen them 4 times, I think, in person.
Oh my God. We are bleeping that out. That is not going to make the final cut.
Maybe it was only 3. I'll take that back. It was 3. One at Epcot, which was free.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't count.
And then I went to the Christmas concert in St. Pete. And then the Pop 2K tour that they did.
So you paid to see them one time.
I paid twice.
Okay.
But I love 98.
You paid many times.
Their catalog isn't as robust as the other boy bands, I will admit, so that could kind of impact where they land. But I think from like pure vocal ability, they are as rare as a diamond.
Yeah. They're as rare as a diamond. All right, Elizabeth. Do you think they are as rare as a diamond?
I don't know that I would say that, but I think I became more of a fan of Nick Lachey in the Newlyweds, Jessica and Nick, or Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica era.
He seemed like a regular guy. Like he would just be a guy that you could hang out with. Because he was
so down to earth,
right?
And everybody felt sorry for him because
because he was living with the chicken of the sea,
right?
Yes, yes.
Buffalo wings.
So I really like him. I really like how he has a good relationship with his brother, and they were both in the band together. Let's say gold.
Gold. Oh my gosh,
gold.
Kevin, what's your take on this? Were you a 98 Degrees fan? Nick Lachey, you have any emotional attachments to him?
I was BSB.
Yeah, I mean everyone was.
Well, yeah. So I'm sorry. All
right, fine. You're gonna put 98 Degrees. Okay, I will concede. We'll put 98 Degrees gold only because a couple of the band members are kind of awkward on live stage. But if this was a Nick Lachey solo act, I don't know if diamond is high enough to put him on there.
He does not have a solo career.
He did. He had a solo career.
No, he did. He had a CD. I think I have the CD.
Yeah, he had
because, like I said, it became a fan of his after.
Yeah,
he went solo at that point.
He met his current wife on the video shoot for his post Jessica Simpson breakup song.
Yes.
Oh,
and now the two of them host Love Is Blind.
Okay, because of my wife, I did know that, and I have walked through the room while that is on, and I'm like, is that Nick Lachey? And she said, yeah. So I'm with you on that part.
Yeah, Nick Lachey. He's a good guy.
He is. Hey,
you have a man crush. We're gonna get a Nick Lachey poster for you.
I'll put it in my room. We can put it over the One Direction one.
Yeah, that seems more appropriate.
All right. So Britney. I mean, I feel like
she's going diamond.
Are we gonna deny that?
She has to. She is the queen of pop,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, she changed the game completely.
I recorded her, speaking of Christmas specials, I didn't go to it, but I recorded her Disney Christmas special on VHS. Yep. I'm like, all right, we need this everlasting. We're going VHS with this thing.
Yeah, I will forever remember. It was the 2000 VMAs, and I was in college in my dorm, and we were all, I mean, because when in dorm life, you just kind of have your doors open because it's very communal. So her Oops, I Did It Again performance where she comes out in the bodysuit, or she comes out in the tuxedo and then she has the bodysuit underneath it. There is a guy I remember running down the hallway screaming, "Put it on MTV! Go to MTV!" Because this is we didn't have the internet. YouTube wasn't a thing, so it's not like if you missed it, you're not going to see it.
Everybody watched the VMAs. That's what everybody did.
True.
They watched the VMAs because we didn't have social media.
Right.
Yes, that was an iconic performance.
Yeah, when that happened, oh my God. Yeah, a lot of boys became men that day, I think. Because that was 2000. All right. So, Backstreet Boys.
They got to go diamond too, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, I've also seen them like 5 times. Unapologetically. This is a funny story. So I remember this was the Never Gone album. So that was post huge blow. This was when they were on their downward track here. And I was working at Walmart at the time. And I was working the late shift, so I didn't get off till midnight. And the album was dropping the next day. And I made the woman who was doing the stocking that night. I was like, "Hey, can you find the album? And after midnight, can I buy it?" So I was, without a doubt, I was the first person in Erie County, Pennsylvania, maybe in all of Pennsylvania, that owned the Never Gone album. So excited to put that in. A little upgrade from Kevin's car. I don't remember what I had. Might have had a Mustang then, but I had a 6-disc changer in that sucker.
Ooh,
so
big time.
Yeah.
Was it in the trunk?
No, it was not. It was past that era. That was a period of time when you had
had one in the trunk at one point. Yep.
Right. It had like a cartridge. You take it out and you pop the discs in, and then you pop the cartridge back in. Was that what yours was like?
Hang on, sweetie. I know we're on our way to Olive Garden for dinner, but let me just pull over and pop in a new CD here so we can jam out.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, Backstreet Boys. I was going to, because my 10-year anniversary is this summer, and they're doing the Sphere in Las Vegas, and that was a real conversation we had. But unfortunately, the lead singer Brian can't sing anymore, so we were like, "Well, that seems like a little
poor Brian,
too expensive of a ticket."
But he's still in the group.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah, but he shouldn't be. That's why we're not going. If they kicked him out, we might go.
They'll never kick him out.
I know, but they should.
Right.
He's a good guy. And his son just auditioned for American Idol.
Oh. Yeah. Is he still in it?
And then I don't know. I haven't been. I just saw that clip. I just saw that one clip where where the son auditioned and then he brought out his dad and then they sang together.
Speaking of 2000s,
which was nice.
Remember when American Idol was like a cultural moment in time?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, everybody was watching it at the same time
the
on
world
TV.
would stop for whatever night American Idol came on, and then you had Elimination Night.
My mind was blown when one of the students, I said not Ryan Reynolds. I said, and now I've completely blanked. What's the guy's name?
Ryan Seacrest.
Right. Thank you, Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest.
I looked at him and I said, "Oh, Ryan Seacrest," and they're like, "Nope, don't know who Ryan Seacrest is." I'm like, "How?
Right?
How could you not know who Ryan Seacrest is? He's on everything."
Yeah, that's like our generation not knowing who Dick Clark was.
Right.
Because he's literally taken over Dick Clark's role in society.
Right in the shoes.
Right, because now he's the host of Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And New Year's Rockin' Eve with Dick Clark.
That's right.
And Ryan Seacrest.
In a couple of years, they're going to have a Dick Clark hologram on there.
Yeah, they should. All right, so Christina Aguilera. So she was the anti-Britney.
I was going to say, let me just settle this. She can't be on the same tier as Britney.
No.
No.
So, I mean, I'm fine.
She could
platinum,
sing,
but
she could sing better for sure.
That wasn't the point.
Right. No, she didn't have the package, the it factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then remember
I didn't even really like. Everybody thought that she was an amazing singer, but I just didn't like the way it was too like show offy.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't like.
Yeah, she looked like she was in pain when she would sing. And there's a lot of yelling going on. Some of her songs I'm okay with.
Are you going full bargain bin
like
here?
Genie in a Bottle, but that's
Christina is not bargain bin. I mean, I can't go there. But I mean, I'm fine with Gold. Like if we're gonna put
I'm actually good with Gold. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
like
because she rode the wave of Britney. So so she made it because they were just trying to pump that out at that time. And I don't know if she couldn't have been the first to do it. Without Britney, there's no Christina.
Yeah, she doesn't pave the way.
That's right.
Yeah. Poor Britney. All right. Destiny's Child. So this one, obviously, this launched the career of Beyonce, who people would put on another stratosphere. I'm not a huge Beyonce fan personally. But Destiny Child, they had some hits.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice, I put the version of all four of them here. This was the original lineup.
So I was going to probably, I mean, I don't know that this is going to move the tier, but I was like, all right, Destiny's Child. Say My Name. Definitely. I could sing that to you right now.
Okay, please don't.
No. My mic's, this is a poor quality mic. Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Jumpin'.
Jumpin'.
One of Chad's no doubt top hits, personal favorites, Bootylicious.
Yeah, my body is too bootylicious for you.
Yeah,
You're not ready for this jelly.
So I'm actually. Thank you for that. So I
heard that the other day on the ride home from school, and I was like, "Wow, this is a good song." I hope not.
Right. Okay. So I mean, they've got some hits that I didn't remember. So yeah, Gold. Bargain bin. I don't know where you're going with
for
this.
the other members of the group though, because it was really just Beyonce was the only one that really moved on to have a real career.
Yeah, it was the Beyonce show.
It was. Well,
but
her
I did
dad
like
was
them as a group.
The dad was the manager,
and the mom did the costumes.
Right. So
dad?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
So it was like the Beyonce show.
It was.
And then they had the Independent Women, the Survivor song. I heard that too. So where are we going with this at?
Yeah.
I mean, Gold.
I would say Gold.
Gold. Okay. I think that's fair. I think I think Destiny's Child and Christina Aguilera that's fine for me. I think
if Beyonce was on here by herself, it would be a little higher, but Destiny's Child as a group, I would say is Gold.
Right. I agree with that.
That would be my opinion.
I think that's a good take. All right. Green Day. So Green Day, I remember the Dookie album came out when I was in 7th grade, and everybody had that album. Loved it because it was like the first introduction that our generation had to kind of like alternative scene that wasn't grunge. It was like the post grunge, but still alternative enough that you felt like, oh, I'm cool because I'm listening to these guys.
It brought Seattle mainstream.
Yeah, they had the chain on their wallet.
Right.
And then they transitioned to kind of like a mature band.
And now they're like making a statement the whole time.
I say, yeah, now they're hyper political.
Right.
And now they have a musical made after them.
Oh.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Isn't that the musical?
Oh. I did
It was
not know
only
that.
out for a short time on Broadway, but they did have a musical.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where do we want to put these guys?
Platinum,
I mean, I would put them platinum. I think, I think they've sustained too. I mean, they were around. I mean, I was 7th grade in 1995, and they're still performing today. So, I mean, they put it together and they've had good hits. I really enjoyed Wake Me Up When September Ends. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a good group.
Jessica Simpson. So she is kind of polarizing, I think, because you had the aforementioned Nick and Jessica, and then you had Team Nick. You're either Team Nick or you're Team Jessica.
Right.
Because, go ahead.
Jessica was known for a lot of things, but I mean, we're ranking singing here. And so, I mean, she made $1 billion on makeup, clothing, housewares. Like, she was successful in her own right, but based on singing, honestly, if we're putting Christina Aguilera at gold, I think that's where she lands.
See,
based on singing, yes, but I would say now she's a pop culture icon,
right?
Just because of everything that you said,
absolutely,
and just her personality, and everybody remembers her from the show,
no doubt,
mainly.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going off of musical catalog, I would have a hard time making her equivalent to Christina Aguilera because I do think Christina had more of a mainstream impact.
Okay.
Because Jessica Simpson, she sustained herself by being the quote unquote dumb blonde of society for a while. She played that card really well. And then she transitioned to the hot blonde girl for a while of like the it girl where she had her little Hollywood run. And then she just fell off the face of the earth. So, I mean, if we're going musical, I mean, I would put her in bargain bin unless you guys object to that.
I'm fine
with that. I mean, again, based on musical career.
Yeah. All right, J-Lo. So this is another interesting one because J-Lo, she ushers in the Latin explosion that took over so much so that the Grammys created a Latin Grammy show, not just an award, but like an entire Latin Grammy show. And I think J-Lo was really kind of spearheading that movement. So I mean, her impact on the music industry is pretty big, and she sustained herself also because she was one of the first ones that had the #1 album in the country and the #1 movie to come out the same week.
Lena, yes.
Oh yeah,
which was a great movie. It's one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like we got to put her. I mean, here's the problem though. Like, is she Britney?
No, I would say platinum.
Yeah, okay. I agree. Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Because once you establish who's on your diamond tier, then you're comparing everyone else to it, so it's hard. All right, Mandy Moore. Now she's another one. She's transitioned well into acting. She's had an acting career, and she had a hit song.
Did you say bargain? I thought you said bargain bin. Is that what you said?
I said she could go there easily. Yeah, because she had the Candy song, and then she transitioned into acting pretty quickly. And then
do you remember that movie, A Walk to Remember?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And then she was on This Is Us forever.
Oh yeah, that was kind of her big. That was the one that she became more well known for.
Absolutely.
She's the voice of Rapunzel.
Oh, that's right.
Also, yeah. And she was in that. Do you ever see that movie Saved?
Yes.
She's in that too.
Love that movie.
It's a
really good actress too.
Yeah, she has range. She's in Entourage also for a bit, which I was a fan of. But yeah, I think musically, no one's going to be banging down the doors to get tickets or downloading the American Express app to get those pre-sale tickets for Mandy Moore when they drop.
Okay, so I have a story for you.
Okay,
we were this is a musical story. So we went to a local event over the weekend, and it was to see the country band Diamond Rio. Have you heard of Diamond Rio before?
Yes, I have.
I've heard of Diamond Rio.
I was going to say, because even if you haven't, if I played a few songs, like one of them would hit with you. Yeah. So There's
Oh my God, I should have put Shania Twain on this list. I didn't even think about it.
naturally, yeah.
That's a good one.
So we're sitting there watching Diamond Rio, and a buddy of mine who is really connected in the town where they're having this thing, his barber says, "Hey, do you realize that Diamond Rio came out to this venue and did this whole show for 30 grand?" And the buddy looks at me and goes, "We could have him in my backyard." I feel like that's where you're at with Mandy Moore. Like, if you called Mandy and you're like, "Listen, we got a little extra scratch here. Could you put on a musical show?" I bet you could get her in your backyard.
Yeah, I don't think she's saying no to that. Unless maybe she, now that she's an actress, so maybe she's too good for that. Maybe the checks are still coming in.
Right. If you caught her right in that sort of lull between singing and acting,
Yeah, because I remember when my cousin got married, there were rumors that they were going to have Boys to Men, kind of the same situation at their wedding. Because
gosh, that'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
I love Boys to Men. Why aren't they on here?
Oh, I forgot about them.
Okay.
But if I look at it this way, like if you have found yourself as part of the Epcot free concert series, you're willing to do anything. Like when that list comes out. So for you listening, yeah, right. If you're not aware,
he goes there. They go there all the time.
Yeah, Epcot at Disney World will do food and wine festival concerts.
David Archuleta, that's another one.
Yeah, American Idol. Yeah, 98 Degrees. That's where I saw them also. Yeah, so once you start hitting that, Baja Men, remember Who Wants the Dogs Out? Or Who Let the Dogs Out?
Who Let the Dogs Out,
They were also there. So yeah, that's like the touch of death, I think.
Now,
once you
hang
do
on,
the
hang on.
Epcot.
They're not at the Florida State Fair. They're still at Disney.
Yeah, but it's included with your admission. Like you're just walking by. I remember one time I was there, we're walking by, and it was Tiffany. Remember Tiffany from the 80s? The mall queen. She would go to the malls and perform. Yeah. She was up there. I've seen, who else did I see? Starship. They were an 80s band back in the day. Joey Fatone of the next group here, he goes there. So I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, I guess it's better than Busch Gardens. I mean, if you do a Busch Gardens one, then you're kind of really.
So there was talk last summer of somebody that works at school that knows Joey Fatone and was trying to get him to be the graduation speaker. Did you know about that?
Oh my gosh, I did not know this.
That would be incredible.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
All for that.
I would be. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. I didn't know that was even an option.
Possible option.
Holy smokes! Like
I don't know if that's going to happen, but that was yes.
Oh my gosh, the numbers. My wife would come for sure. She would sit through that. Wow, gosh.
I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna be head on a swivel all ceremony, looking for him.
I think he's in a musical now too, but that's beside the point.
Well, he and a couple of the Backstreet Boys, they formed a little group there for a minute just to tour around.
Did.
Oh, I think it was him and AJ from Backstreet went on a tour. AJ and Joey, I think they went on a tour where they would just play each other's songs.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I think that was recently. So let's bring us to NSYNC. I feel like NSYNC are they're diamond tier.
Diamond.
I mean, they are cultural icons as well. I mean, you can't go anywhere, especially now with Deadpool and Bye Bye Bye.
And as long as you're sliding stuff up to Diamond, I mean, O-Town. What?
Again, I
saw them too.
I was a fan. You did?
Yeah.
I was a fan of them from their reality show, Making the Band.
Yeah, right.
But then I was an even bigger fan of Ashley Parker Angel's own reality show called There and Back. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I do. He grew his hair out. He had the floppy haired mid 2000s hair, with the blonde highlights.
The flat ironed.
Yeah.
Yeah, flat ironed floppy hair.
With the flare denim wash jeans.
Yes.
And probably a shell necklace from Hollister.
Yes.
O-Town, they had, so the concert I went to had 98 Degrees, O-Town, Dream. Remember Dream, the girl group?
Yes, that was P. Diddy's band.
Yeah, I'm sure they could tell you some stories.
Yes.
Yeah, so
P. Diddy's first band before
before
the one that
Danity Kane.
Aubrey O'Day with Danity Kane. Yeah.
O-Town. So I mean, O-Town, I mean, I feel like you can't put them on above. I mean, here's the problem. Like if we have 98 Degrees at Gold and Destiny's Child, you can't put O-Town at an equal level to those guys. So I mean,
no, it can be a
I think
bargain
by
bin,
default you got to bargain bin them. But
Literally
Liquid
the bargain bin
Dreams,
right now.
Liquid Dreams is a good song. And then they have, what's the other one? Nothing or All or Nothing or something, because I Want It All.
All or Nothing was the name of the song, but yeah.
All right, Ricky Martin.
Ricky.
Livin' La Vida Loca. The biggest thing that kept him relevant after his kind of explosion was, remember the American Idol guy who sang his song, She Bangs, She Bangs? William Hung?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Remember that guy?
That did keep him relevant.
He did, because
that.
Ricky Martin had kind of fallen by the wayside at that point. Because
what was the other big song? It was, that's what it was. She Bangs. It was
She Bangs.
Livin' La Vida Loca and She Bangs.
He left the United States, but he still toured a ton in Central Latin America. I mean, I think that he, for whatever reason, went back to his roots and was just touring down south, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, the market dried up for him here. Once the Latin thing ended, people lost interest in him. So, I mean, I think we got to put him, he's a bargain binner. All right. The British Invasion 2.0.
Spice Girls.
Spearheaded by the Spice Girls. Culturally significant, without a doubt. But are we going to say that they're the same level as Britney, Backstreet, and NSYNC? Gold.
Are they as culturally significant as Green Day?
Blink, you're telling me, you're going to tell me. I know that you have, because of your 86 Jetta, the deep ties to your faceplate CD player in Blink 182, but you're going to tell me that Blink 182 is a higher tier than the Spice Girls? Oh my gosh.
Okay, but you're talking cultural significance.
They had a movie.
About
a movie.
They had a movie. They had a movie.
I saw it.
Travis Barker had a movie. It's on a website somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it probably costs a lot more to watch that than Spice World.
See?
But you had Spice Girls were a perfectly put together group because it had every flavor of the rainbow. It was like a Skittles bag. You had everything that you could possibly want.
And that was their musical career?
I mean, it was short-lived.
Right.
But
so
I mean,
what is their number one hit?
Probably Wannabe.
Yeah, that's right. And what was their second hit?
To Become One.
That was a good one.
Ooh, so that's lower down the list. Their second
also had what was the other one?
You're missing the obvious one.
Spice Up Your Life was one.
Say You'll Be There.
Say You'll Be There. Yeah, that was
both
another
of
good
those.
one.
Yeah, in that order. So Wannabe, Spice Up Your Life, and then Say You'll Be There.
Yeah, those are good ones.
To Become One is number 6, so a little bit further down.
That's a little slower.
Yeah,
I like it. Okay,
yeah. I'm gonna
good.
Put it with Platinum.
Okay,
you can't tell me that those three are ahead of Spice Girls. I mean, I'm not gonna put them up here, but
for obvious reasons.
Now, Usher, if we were making this in 2005, he would probably be a diamond, because I mean, when the Confession album came out, he was crushing it.
Yeah.
That was hit after hit after hit.
I think that's how we're ranking these. I mean, we're doing this of their era. Like, so of his era, he's diamond.
Elizabeth, how do you feel about
Diamond.
That? All right.
I would vote for Diamond, and also his Super Bowl performance was one of the best, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, he crushed that. That was full live.
That roller skating, that was the best part.
Yeah,
killed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's like the modern day, it's hard to make comparisons to Michael Jackson because that's kind of the off the chart popularity, but Usher, I feel like, had kind of those vibes where he could dance really well. He had the good R&B flow, and he could kind of bring in the pop crowd and the R&B crowd. He could transcend, and he didn't hang out with children, so there's that.
And on that note, we are going to thank Miss Elizabeth Martin for rejoining us for the tier list.
Thank you so much.
The main man, Chad. All right, white dads, be good.
All right.